Today we're going to practice Bhramari. This is an ancient pranayama practice, sometimes known as bee breath or bumblebee breath. And we call it that because on the exhale you make the sound of a bumblebee. So before we get started, we'll talk a little bit about Bhramari and why people practice it. People practice Bhramari because it calms the mind. Anytime that the exhalation is longer than the inhalation, there's this calming effect that is produced over the central nervous system. And so, like many pranayama practices, Bhramari helps to reduce anxiety, it reduces depression. It's a calming, soothing breath technique that we can tap into. And it also has, for me personally, I think it has this very clarifying principle to it, this very clarifying element to it. So a lot of times if you're feeling a little cloudy, you can practice Bhramari and everything seems to become clear for you. Therapeutically, Bhramari is often used for insomnia. It's good for thyroid problems. It of course helps if you're stressed out about something, and it's good for clearing up sinuses. So whenever you're going to practice pranayama, you want to make sure that you can sit up nice and tall. So the spine has a straight channel, that central nadi is stretched out, and we can send the breath all the way from the pelvis up through the crown of the head. So if the hips are not higher than the knees, you want to adjust yourself so that the hips are higher than the knees, and you can lengthen the spine and kind of pull out of the hips. I often like to come into a kneeling position, but this may not work for you. You could sit in a chair and do it. You could sit in Sukhasana, easy pose, whatever feels good for you. So sit up nice and tall. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Sigh it out the mouth. Clear the slate, let it go. Now we're going to take a few rounds of breath, breathing in through the nose. And as we exhale, we're going to hum. And this time we'll do it with no mudra. So if you'd like to, I'd invite you to close the eyes and just move at your own pace. You don't have to move at my pace. And we'll do 3 rounds of breath. So deep inhale through the nose. And once you've finished your 3rd round of breath, you can blink the eyes open. Take a clearing breath, deep inhale. Sigh it out the mouth, release. And take a moment to check in with yourself and notice what you're feeling. And now we're going to do it again, but this time I'm going to teach a mudra that is commonly practiced with Bhramari. So this is called Shanmukhi Mudra. And the way that my guru taught this to me, it's almost like you're sealing off your senses. So what you do, take the thumbs and place them on the flaps of the ears. Don't apply any pressure yet, just rest them there. And then bring the index fingers to the tips of the brows. The middle finger comes right to the corner of the eye. The ring fingers rest right here on the nostrils, the outside of the nostrils. And you bring the pinky fingers to the corner of the lips. So this is Shanmukhi Mudra. The elbows are flaring out to the side. So what we do from here, we're going to do the same thing. Take a big inhale, and when you exhale, apply a little pressure everywhere. And it's going to be like you're sealing your senses off, which is going to help you to go deep within. Yoga is all about silencing the chatter of the mind. And so as we seal the senses, we seal off any incoming sensations that we have just for a moment while we exhale. And it helps us to really tune in to that sound wave, that vibration that we create with the humming on the exhale. And that can be very soothing. That can help open the door to chanting. That can help bring clarification. Many benefits to this. And then you release slightly to inhale again. And then when you exhale, you apply the pressure again, still humming. So it's the same thing we just did. Big inhale through the nose, exhale, hum it out. When you run out of breath, inhale through the nose again, exhale, hum it out. And we'll do it 3 times. And the only thing different is that we have Shanmukhi Mudra, and on the exhale, we apply a little pressure as we hum. Thumbs to ear flaps, index fingers to the brows, middle fingers to the corner of the eye, ring fingers to the nostrils, and pinky fingers to the corners of the lips. Take a big inhale through the nose. Hum it out. Seal everything off. Release. Blink the eyes open. Take a big inhale. Exhale, release, clear the slate. And notice what you're feeling. And the idea with this breathwork practice is that you kind of build up your endurance. So maybe you begin with 3 rounds like we did today. And then you can up it to 5. And then maybe you up it to 7 or 8. And before you know it, you're doing 10 rounds. And maybe you wait a couple of minutes and do it again. And so the more that you practice this, the greater the benefits. It's almost like any muscle that you work, you know, it's a practice. And so the more you work it, the stronger it becomes and the greater benefits you receive. So just practicing one time, you're not really going to be able to tap into the wealth of benefits that are there. But if you make this a daily practice and gradually build up, it can do amazing things for your life. And there's also something called silent Bhramari that I've done on a few retreats, and it was really, really nice. I loved the way it was taught. And with that, you inhale, and then when you exhale, it's as if you're humming, but you're not. So we can do that together, 3 rounds of breath. When you're finished, blink the eyes open. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope that you enjoy the practice of Bhramari Bumblebee breath. The light in me deeply honors and appreciates the light in you. I bow to you. Namaste.